Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adam of Geekheim, broadcasting again somehow with dang it, my brother.
Hi, Mike Dixon, Simply Your Device here. I got questions about Star Trek.
He does have questions, and his moniker of Simply Your Device is for cell phones and mobile devices, not like phasers or tricorders or anything
No,
too cool like that.
no. And don't forget, we also got cell phones, cell phone plans, and stuff like that. That's what I'm into.
Word. Greetings to
Yes.
everyone in the room watching us. If see, my son is even in here chatting. That's good.
Yeah.
Let us know if you can hear us good, hear both of us okay. Because it's been a while since I did this. I want to make sure that Mike, do me a favor, talk a little bit.
Well, Adam, you got to get this. This is a little practice run, so when we come back and do my live streams, right?
Well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yes, you do.
See, I gotta turn that light on though. See, I forgot to turn that light on before we got going. And now this mucks up everything because now I gotta adjust my light. But while I adjust my light, how big of a Trekkie would you call yourself, good sir?
Mediocre. I did watch the whole first season, first year.
But in general, I mean, it's more than just Star Trek Discovery. You've.
Well, I like Star Wars. I like the
Trek.
Marvel universe.
We're talking Trek.
I didn't know. I thought
which series? Which series of Star Trek are we talking that you're familiar with?
Okay. Well, I'm familiar with all of them, but I really the one I really like the most is the one with Chris Pine, the movies.
The Kelvin universe.
Yes, I kind of like that. I like Chris Pine doing Captain and the crew they have, the cast that they have, and oh god, I'm trying to remember the director's name, J.J. Abrams. You can see his touch in it. So
yeah, that was his.
I kind of like it.
That was his startup, getting ready for Star Wars. That was his resume for, hey, look, I can do a big bang 'em up movie.
Yeah.
And yeah. So all right. So today is not a full threatened Ganglia vodcast because my lovely wife isn't here to join us because she's sick upstairs a few feet away.
How's she doing, by the way?
She's getting better. Mike, a little foggy, but you're cold. Oh, she's probably asleep right now. Let's get this party started.
The germ is going through the Dixon households, right?
Yeah, in different towns and everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. So what we're here today to do is to hopefully get new Star Trek Discovery fans in, and just people that aren't as well versed in the Star Trek Discovery show on board. So that's representing my brother there because he said he has a ton of questions and we're going to go through them today. So,
yes.
All right, you're kind of driving the show here with your questions. With your questions.
Okay.
So
I'm going to start off with.
Oh, it looks like he took notes. I'm impressed.
Well, no. Basically, my first impression of Captain Pike was very positive. It definitely reminded me of a little bit of the Chris Pine kind of captain.
Mm-hmm.
The actor Chris Pine and his way of doing things. The last captain that turned out to be a traitor. I'm sorry. This is where Adam has all the names of the people and what they're.
But hold on, we got to find a spoiler warning thing because that's definitely we're doing spoilers for season 1. If you haven't seen season 1 at all, I'm sorry, but you're just missing out. Then, so from here on, if you haven't seen season 1 and you want to, you might want to check back here after you've had a chance to binge watch.
Yeah, you really want to. Yeah, because it did flow into the new season. There was no gap, or there was no what the hell what went on, why are they doing this? They picked up right where they left off from the last season. Did they not, Adam?
Yeah, they literally did, because the end of last season they had to show off the Enterprise coming in and swooping in at the end, and that's exactly where they picked it up. So last season was weird in how it ended, because it was originally supposed to end, I feel, with the end of the Mirror Universe arc. But then they said, all right, let's take another couple episodes and wrap up the Klingon War thing, because we don't want to stretch that into another season. also.
Will's here. How you doing, bud?
Hey, Will. Liam, you're not allowed to call someone a nerd if you can't spell it right. All right.
Maybe he was trying to say word too. So you really spelled that wrong.
Yeah.
So
right. So it picked up right where last season left off.
Left off, yes. And what one thing that caught my eye was, what's this oh my god, I'm horrible here with words all of a sudden. Cassesi, that spaceship that went into Saturn.
Cassini probe?
Yeah, the Cassini probe. Did you see that opening where they has the emblem from NASA?
Yeah.
Which they try to really make it old looking. Why would you want to do that? They're trying to make it look like the 40s with that look.
They were just doing a stylized thing. They did that a lot on Enterprise. The Enterprise opening was a lot of retro stuff. Like they took it from the Dawn of Flight with the Wright brothers.
Okay.
Going up.
Well, that would make sense. But anyway, where's that tie in with Adam? I'm curious what your thoughts were.
Cassini?
Yes.
Nothing. It's just
nothing.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was just at least that's just my thought.
Well, what I thought immediately was, are they rehashing a little bit of the V'ger kind of thing?
No, because V'ger's going to be its own thing. Maybe. I just ate a banana for some reason. And I always yell at him for eating on the thing. Maybe they wanted to harken back to remind you that Spock can be a weirdo sometimes, because he was a weirdo when he started off in the motion picture.
Oh.
You remember the motion picture?
Yes. He was in a white robe, was he?
He was in some kind of robe, but he had the terrible hair, and he was out doing his own weird thing, like trying to do another Vulcan ceremony. This time, at least he didn't have to fight Kirk in this ceremony.
Okay.
Okay. And he could feel a presence, and he could feel the presence of V'ger across space. So maybe they were just reminding you, hey, remember all this stuff that happened with that? Yeah, maybe, but
well, is it a little bit of rehashing? Don't you think?
No.
A little bit. All right. Well, my next question is, refresh everybody's memory of how did Michael become an orphan? What went on with that?
Michael became an orphan when Klingons attacked. Oh, goodness gracious. What just happened to my camera? My camera went all kind of kablooey. Hold on one second, everyone. Sorry. There we go. That's better. Whew. All right. Michael became an orphan when Klingons attacked the outpost that humans and Vulcans shared doing sciencey stuff. And so that is what got her a lot of, hey, Serrano, look, we're just getting all Mike's viewers.
That's cool.
They're probably like, oh, you guys talking tech? No, Star Trek Discovery. I'm out. Click, click, click. But yeah, so that's what was part of her headspace from last season, when she was immediately upset, rightfully so, about the Klingons being around.
Okay.
And what happened. So that's how Michael ended up living with them. I'm not sure why the Vulcans took them in and she didn't go back to Earth for a family, but maybe the Vulcans felt bad because maybe it was their job to protect that outpost and they did a poor job. They didn't give those Klingons a Vulcan hello when they showed up to do something. And so maybe they were like, "We'll take her and raise her good," because
later on, he kind of the father,
Sarek,
Sarek basically said that he brought her in to try and help his son.
Yeah. Well, now you're diving further into the episode.
Well, I'm just saying.
Sarek, smartly in my eyes, thought it would be good to have Spock raised along with a human, so that way he would have some kind of view into his human side, because Sarek, even though he wanted him to be logical and everything, a Vulcan, he knew that he would have certain questions about being raised, about being half human, And he didn't want only that information coming from a mother, because you get a little bit different experiences when you're dealing with a peer.
Well, you think at one point of the show, do you think the mother was? Did the mother pass away in
Well,
this stream of timeline here? Because they were kind of
no,
like talking to her in the past tense. I thought.
no, she's still there because she was in the original series. She was in
Right.
she was in the movies, I believe. At least who
Okay.
she was supposed to be.
Okay. All right. I
Yeah,
just
no,
want to.
she's definitely still there.
Okay. All right. And do you think Michael favors which one? Do you think does you think Michael favors the father or the mother?
Um,
What
I
was your takeaway?
I think that up until what she found out in episode 6, Lethe, last season, she probably favored the mom. But now that she knows, like a little bit of the sacrifice that he was making to try and get his son, like why, he didn't push harder for her. Maybe she understands that a little bit more. Maybe she still does favor the mom.
What episode was
So
that? Because now I got to go
probably
back and
mom.
watch that one.
Probably mom. I'm changing my answer all the way to mom. That was episode 6 last season, Lethe.
Okay, I'll go back and look at that one.
Yeah. If anyone in the chat has any questions, hey, Phone Tech, it works here. If anyone from chat has any questions about Star Trek Discovery, we're doing spoilers for season 1.
Yeah, anybody comes in this room, Adam's got the answers for the most part. I'm not saying you have them all, but when it comes down to this stuff, he's deep into this stuff, deep. So
Yeah,
that's why it is the point of the stream, because I'm watching the show last night. I'm like, oh, okay, well, but what? Why? This is where I would pause it and turn to my brother and say, "What are they talking about?" You know what I mean?
Nice.
So I figured this is
great
content here. Yeah. But by the way, I don't have you. Here. I'm watching the video. I'm trying to go through certain things. Go, oh yeah, that's right.
You're watching the show right now?
Right. I'm trying to go. There were different parts of it where like, the only way I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the Enterprise? How they brought the Enterprise in and they showed a nice profile shot of it.
All right. Well, the visuals of the Enterprise are stunning and awesome looking, and as the Star Trek geek that I am, I of course dork out over that. I'm glad they didn't spend like the full 7 minutes like they did in the motion picture doing glamour shots of the Enterprise when they revealed it again. But truth be told, I wish they hadn't brought in the Enterprise at all. I wish that Spock and Pike and no one had been involved. Actually, I semi take that back, because Pike doesn't have like a big fan following and everything. So you know that you're getting people that are watching the show now just to see what their take on Spock is. And I think that there's enough rich background of characters in Discovery that we could have delved into those characters and not have to have anyone new come in.
What about what came to mind was just now? What about Pike? Because in the original series, Pike was like this one-time shot kind of guy that I remember. What I remember of was like just a bit piece. But it was. What do you think of Pike and creating his character?
All right. Well, to give you the full background, as you cough up a lung.
Sorry.
No problem. To give you the full background on Pike, there was a pilot done for Star Trek, and in that pilot, that was all the drop-ins that were in the episode called The Cage on the original series. I don't know why Liam's putting fish in chat now. But that's cool. You keep it up, son. So they shot a pilot. The execs didn't like it quite so much, and one of their main concerns was that he had a female first officer. Unfortunately, that was one of the biggest things that was a sticking point for them, and they just didn't like.
Now, mind you, this is 1960. When 64, 5.
No, I believe that the pilot was 66. It could be 64 or 60.
In the 60s, no matter what.
Yeah.
But considering the era and the time.
Yeah. So they went back and they had to retool it a little bit. And part of that retooling was that Pike had to go. And so they started everything fresh with Kirk. They kept Spock because they liked him. They had a new doctor on. And so, but they had all that footage. So they got halfway into one of the seasons, I think it was season 2, and they were like, hey, we got all this footage that we shot before. Let's incorporate that somehow. And it's like, all right, well, Spock was in that one. He's in this show. So how are we going to do that? Okay, we will go back and say that Pike was the captain before Kirk came on, and that all this stuff happened before Kirk came on. So then they had the ability to do a 2-parter episode where they could drop in a whole bunch of shots from the original pilot and blend it with a new story. And bada bing, bada boom, we got content that we don't need to shoot everything for. So that's why. So Pike, in those respects, was a small player. But since you like the 2009 movie and the follow-up Into Darkness,
Chris Hemsworth played a great Pike. No, that was. I'm sorry, that wasn't Pike.
That was George.
That was yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that was. Look, you're slinking off to the side of your shot now. There you go. All right. I complimented you about being all centered before too.
I know. I got comfortable just then.
Oh, hold on now. Look, you're getting comfortable again. Stop it. Liam's telling me I said pike, so apparently those aren't fish. Those are pike that he's putting in chat.
Okay,
that's a good one, son.
That was I like it. Yeah, that was.
Thumbs up there. Anyway,
I'm sorry, I got him confused. That's right. That was George Kirk.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Pike,
and the original. I got him backwards. That in the Pike in the JJ. What did you call it?
In the Kelvin universe. Yeah.
Universe. Who was that actor?
That actor was dude whose name I don't know, but he's been in a ton of stuff. But he's awesome, and I should know his name, and now I feel bad. But yeah, he was great because that Pike is the one in that universe
I like that one
that ended up getting Kirk into Starfleet, and had a really rough sequence, where when he. Spoilers for the movies, when he dies, that Spock is doing a mind meld with him. And I was like, man, if I was Spock, I don't know if I'd want to open myself up to that. But if Spock was able to, calm him down and give him a little bit of normalcy and ease him into that transition, then that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But so we're all over the place. What's the last question?
I know. It was just endless possibilities of the conversation, right, bro?
Yeah,
endless possibilities. So, so anyway, yeah. Basically, I'm going from the beginning of the show here, and here I'm up to the point where Pike is on there. And why do we have to change uniforms? Why can't we just go with the standard red, blue, and yellow?
Well,
any reason behind that, Adam?
Wait, all right, hold on. Do you mean why did Disco change the uniforms?
Well,
originally,
why Kirk? Why did Pike had to change uniforms and get in their gear?
Well, because it's the way of showing that they eventually transition to those uniforms, and it's their way of showing that this is all one connected universe. Because that was one of the 58 complaints that people have that hated Discovery. That's saying, look, they have different uniforms. They don't look right. The ship has way more technology than they had. And the technology one, I'm willing to skip by 100% because that stuff was shot 50 years ago. And we have better TV technology. We're not going to go with knobs and switches and everything on everything. We're going to have cool.
You mean you don't go up to the TV and change the channel like I had to do and you had to do too? Change the channel. No, there was no remotes, right? Right, Adam?
Exactly. You spin that dial.
There was no Chromecast button, right, Adam? Or
no, there was no talking, just talking out loud, and your TV turns on. But yeah, so the technology aspect, I'm totally willing to let people go. But they're doing things where they're trying to line up Discovery so that they can show how it eventually changes. And they even mentioned that, hey, the Enterprise crew got the new uniforms, so those are around now and a nifty new thing now. And now this season also the Klingons are going to have hair because that was a big complaint about a lot of the Not My Trek people was that it didn't look the same.
Okay. So eventually we are going to go to that color. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah. I mean, the uniforms are eventually going to be that. I doubt it'll be so in Disco because, like, it just makes sense for them to stay with their current uniform thing that they have. Like, they may
Okay.
not get upgraded. Maybe only when new stuff happens, when you
And
get a new
and
ship.
and Pike mentioned that they were part on, or I heard, or some phrase of they were on their 5-year mission to
Yeah,
explore. Right. That was their whole point of going. They're doing their thing. Right.
that was the whole point of doing that. Well, they were on there with Captain Pike's 5-year mission of out and getting out into the universe further than where Starfleet currently is to do exploration and everything. And they were basically explaining away why we didn't see Enterprise during the war. And why,
Uh,
like, it never got mentioned much during the war or
well,
anything
Kirk,
like that.
I call him Kirk. Oh my goodness, Pike, like, he seemed a little miffed that he couldn't come back to jump in on the battle.
Well, yeah, and that's a good character development thing that they gave
Oh
him
yeah,
because now he's going to feel like, oh well, hundreds of thousands of people died and I was just out exploring. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
so that was kind of cool. I kind of enjoyed that one. But there were a
Okay.
lot of people saying that they did that on purpose also. Look at that. I did the typical news thing. People are saying. But some people say it was a toss back to in Deep Space Nine during the Dominion War. People were upset that none of the Next Generation crew or anyone did a cameo thing or showed the Enterprise involved in that war at all. Because the Enterprise was Starfleet's flagship at the time, and the Alpha Quadrant was getting the crap beat out of themselves. But all those people were off shooting movies and at the same time during the movies they were out. This was during like that one episode where they had everyone getting younger, and like the rings around the planet made them heal themselves up. It's the movie where Geordi got eyes for a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so they did all different kind of stuff. Bob was asking a question. Are you
Yeah.
going to Comic-Con? Did you see that Dorn will be there? Yeah, no, going to Comic-Con. We don't have that kind of money. Come on. You're the one that wants to go to Comic-Con and pay to see Matt Smith. Anyway, no. So what was I saying? I don't know. We're all
You're talking about the Enterprise and where it fits in this particular
yeah.
situation.
So they did that basically to explain why we didn't see Enterprise last season, but I felt like the war storyline and all was railroaded through anyway. We saw hardly any other ships and got
Mhm.
any real details about the thing. So
Yeah,
I'm
let's
not.
talk about the ships real quick. Now, I just thought of this too. Is I heard the Forrestal? Did I hear in an original series kicked around? What was some of the Yorktown? Were they ever brought out? With
Well,
Forrestal and Yorktown? I thought I heard
there
in the
was.
original series.
Yeah, in the original series, there was a Yorktown, and that was a Constitution class, also, I believe. But yeah, not many other, like, all the different name ships that they have been dealing with now, I think are new ones. The what is the astronaut Gagarin? Last season the Gagarin got blown up, and that's named for Yuri Gagarin, and that ship never appeared on the show, but it was a ship in one of the Starfleet battles, like board/RPG games that came out during the 70s,
Hmm.
70s and 80s. So they do something that's tied into Trek, but not directly into canon. But yeah, there haven't been many other ships like the Hiawatha that they came upon this episode.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember that one. It's
Well,
possible,
that's
but
yeah.
that could be in any one of the books because there's hundreds of books
Excuse me.
that are semi canon and everything, and video games, and so it could be anywhere.
Okay, I didn't know if you heard any of the other ships,
Mm-mm.
like those popular ones, like the Yorktown and Forrestal, and I'm trying to remember. I thought there was a third one in the original series or in through the history that seemed like it got a lot of replay. The name of the ship. That's all.
Well, yeah, there probably were, and if I could think
My
of
my
it.
my other question is, in your opinion, is I'll start off with this: is there seem to be they're trying to go for a lighter tone, a jovial, we're a team kind of, yay, let's have a laugh kind of thing. Did you like that? I kind of like that because I thought it was too too dark, too serious at times.
Yeah, I did definitely like it. I loved the tone of last season because they held it for the whole season and it made sense that they were dealing with war and with someone from the mirror universe. But so many people hated that because they felt like it wasn't Star Trek. But I mean, you're going to have some darkness in a Star Trek universe because otherwise you can't have so much light,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. It seemed like it was very dark all the way around, but that, I mean, I still
Yeah.
liked, I enjoyed. It was a different spin, but having him come in, you just got a sense the crew is now more of a gel crew,
Well,
more, the character. I'm talking about the characters. I mean, I get a sense the actors work together. There's
yeah,
never been any
like
drama.
Pike coming in, he's definitely more along the lines of like Pike from the 2009 movies, where he's got a lot of charisma and a lot of
Yes,
fun.
yes, yes, yes. From the movies, yes, he did. He does have a
Yeah,
lot of that. Yes, definitely, most definitely.
yeah,
So,
and so it's easy like dropping him in because he didn't have to deal with all the other stuff, and like they don't have to change the way anyone that was on the show before acted.
mhm.
But it's definitely loosening up because now Saru and Burnham trust each other again, and they're back in the brother sister type of relationship that they've had before on the Shinzo when we first saw them.
Okay.
Um, and also now we have all the heartache for Stamets, who went through having his mate killed
Hmm.
before. Do you need something?
Me?
No, no. Liam's trying to butt in. Um, so we feel for Stamets and we feel for everyone else. All the rest of those bridge crew people that no one knows their names. They were saying that's why they had that name run through in this episode, because they didn't get a lot of time to do things aside from Detmer. The rest of the bridge crew really didn't get to do much until near the end, like that last mirror episode last season. But
Okay.
the rest of them were just kind of there to feed information to the main protagonists, the Lorca,
Right.
Burnham, Saru.
Right. So it's putting some personal touches to the cast,
Yeah, yeah, and
their position or whatever they, what they're playing or what they're portraying.
yeah, like that scene between Khan and Ops this past week when they were like, "Do we have them, ladies?" And they both looked at each other like, "Oh, that was good.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. Yes,
That
it
was what
was
you'd hope
definitely
to
good.
see."
Right, right. Moving on. What it was with the guy that was in the elevator and sneezing? What kind of creature was he, and what's the deal with
I
him?
don't know, and that was something that was not needed because that was just plain dumb.
Okay,
In my personal opinion, I think it was an attempt of theirs at levity. The only thing that was any good about that was showing Burnham being personable to someone not on the bridge crew, because
okay. So
like she seemed to have a genuine interaction with him and like they knew each other
right.
and stuff. So we haven't seen. I'm not a big fan of Michael Burnham's character yet, and I know I should
Oh,
be
you're.
because she's the
Oh,
main
really?
character.
You're. Oh, you're. Oh, yeah. Even through last year, or I mean, is this
Yeah, I
just
mean, I
recent
don't have
or?
any problems with her, but she is far from my favorite on the show. She's good. She's a good actress, and I like what they're doing. But character wise, it's going to be Saru at the top, and then like Tilly, and then Stamets, and then it gets kind of shady.
Got
After
you.
that, it could be anyone. Um,
Got.
but
Okay.
but yeah. So that guy, yeah, that scene was 100% unnecessary, and yeah, I did not like that at all.
Okay. All right.
I mean, he
Uh,
sneezed right on the dude's face.
yeah, I saw that.
And
That
and
was
it
got slimed. He got slimed.
he did get slimed, and it would have made sense if after he did it, like Linus looked at Burnham and kind of gave a wink, because like Linus knew that Saru was getting kicked out of his captain's chair that he should have had, and like he did that on purpose, to like be like, oh, you're coming in to take over, huh? That would have been better, but
Right.
there it just
Right.
seemed like he just had to sneeze and has no couth. I mean,
Okay.
even
Okay.
my 3-year-old knows to, when you sneeze, you stick it in your elbow. It's not even cover up with your hands anymore. I mean, in the future, by the time Star Trek, they need to have some kind of personal sneeze guard that just pops up. Like in their comm badge, it can just appear
Okay.
like a little force field, and then and it just goes there and it just crumples up and goes away.
All right.
Am I right, people?
Yeah, you would think they have the technology to go around, catch a sneeze or something.
Yeah.
So, anyway, back in did you get to see how they were showing how the elevator went all through Twisty, like a ride or something?
Yeah,
Did
that
you
was
see
a little
that?
bit weird.
That was okay.
Yeah,
I was like, really? You're gonna do that?
that was a little bit weird. And the best explanation I have is that the Discovery was a different class of ship. That there's not many out there. It's like a
hybrid,
cross field class. No, it's like a different class of ship, and they specifically went and modified it to have the spore drive put on there. So
Okay.
I could see where a lot of the ship would be like constructed differently, because normally they wouldn't have that much open space inside a ship.
Really?
Because it looked like there was just a lot of open space in there that like wasn't connected to anything else. But I guess
Okay.
modularly they could come in and do stuff. But I think they were just trying to show off, look, we have a cool thing. I think
Okay.
they were trying to make it look like what the what inside of Amazon's centers must look like.
Yeah. That's true. But okay. Let's see. And what's with that? Was the security or is what was Michael Dorn's
He was security chief.
security? Is that
Yeah.
security chief? The one in the red shirt. And where is she? What's her story, Adam?
I know not what her story is. Her story is to take the Star Trek trope and to squish it underneath her boot by not dying and being a red shirt in a situation where someone obviously had to die.
Die. But that blew out the whole theory. It blew out the whole theory in while they're flying around those little pods.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's kind of what Star Trek Discovery's been doing with a lot of Star Trek tropes and things.
Throwing out the theories.
Yeah, throwing out the silliness, because everyone assumed that the Connolly was going to be a foil for Burnham like most of the season, because they seem to lock horns right away that both of them think they're the smarter one. And so they did away with that guy. Although you knew that when they went to that one like overhead shot and they were getting that shot and there was so much background showing, you were like, oh, something's coming flying through there and taking that dude out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you saw that coming. I saw. Yeah, when he was getting all mouthy, I'm like, you're done. You're done.
So now I wonder, did Connolly learn his arrogance from Spock, or did Spock learn some of his arrogance from Connolly? Like, I don't know which one was more senior at this point in time.
Oh, okay.
So that would be cool to know if this Connolly guy is the one that gave Spock a little bit of his attitude.
Right. So getting back on the red shirt.
Yeah. So she's just Pike had to bring a couple of his people along because I don't know. You don't want to just send just the captain. You want another liaison officer, and you want people around Pike to make him feel a little bit more comfortable.
Right. And why has she got those mouthpiece thing?
Hold on. I know why. Because they needed a new security officer to take Tyler's place to serve on the ship. Because Tyler's not on the ship anymore. So there you go.
Right. Okay, so that's what so but the guy that was the science officer, wasn't Michael the science officer?
Well, yeah, but the science officer probably came along because they were trying to figure out a science intensive problem, like what are these lights and what are they? And the more people
extra hands on deck, as they say.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And plus we had to have the cool scene when a blue shirt materializes and from behind you see it's a human ear and not a half human, half Vulcan ear.
Got you.
I enjoyed that reveal or lack of reveal. That was fun.
You. So, and I'm sorry. And is she a different species, or are they just like added on? Is she human with added on devices? That's like
no, I'm sure she's another species. That kind of thing reminds me of in Next Generation. There was a little thing that looked like a harmonica holder for one of the races that dealt with Wesley Crusher. And it was something that helped give them atmosphere that they needed. And so I'm thinking maybe it's something like that. Either that, or maybe she just thinks it looks badass, and like she's gonna push a button at some point and get a force field around her face.
Okay.
That could be. Did you like Jordy's uncle's visor? I'm just calling him Jordy's uncle. The dude that
okay. In the transporter room.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I was like, that's an early version of Jordy's stuff.
Yeah, okay. All right. I didn't put that together. There we go. What was going to ask you? Oh, talk about people with kind of implants or stuff hanging on them. What's the one who's flying the ship? What's her story?
Her name is Detmer, and she is the pilot. She got wounded in the Battle of the Binary Stars. Everyone, we have a special guest who wants to pop in real quick and say hi.
Hi.
You can get up on that mic and say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, that's my son. Oh, you got to get in the shot. There you go.
Saru's awesome.
Yeah, he is. All right, good. All right, get back up there. Keep filling up the chat.
Read the chat more.
Well, all right. You're just doing emotes. You're not doing anything. I gave you props for the pike. That was very good. All right. Anyway, so what were we talking about? Sorry, he wanted to come back.
So I didn't remember. So in the back of the
go. Oh, okay.
So Detmer was a human looking in the first
yes,
episode?
all right, sorry, yes, Detmer. We were talking about Detmer. She is human. She was wounded in the Battle of Binary Stars, and like
was she like that in the very first episode?
No, in the very first episode, and in the Mirror Universe, she's normal human, but she was wounded, and whatever that cheap ass 7 to 9 thing is that she has on the side of her head, and now she has a fake eyeball too.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm like, oh boy, that hurts every day.
So, they give her something special to slap on there, so she's a little bit more memorable, and it's probably pretty easy to get that on and off. Whereas the poor actress who plays Arium, the robotic one, the like bluish grayish one, yeah, she has a lot of stuff going on her outfits. But yeah, so that's the deal with her. She's human, but just like has some added tech.
Okay, I'm up to the point where let's see. I'm up to the point where the gentleman that the gentleman that had his partner who got murdered,
Stamets and Culber.
Yes, Stamets is the one that has the thing in his arm so he can do could have done the drive.
Right, and it looks like they're still going to be doing that this season, which is surprising.
Right now, but Stamets off the show. Is he trying to get off the show? Is this their way trying to phase him out?
No, he's not leaving the show. Culber, well, Culber is going to be back too.
His mate, his partner, really?
Yeah, the guy that had his neck snapped. He's going to be back somehow. My theory is that when they did the jump that got them back into our universe, that chamber that they were in was all filled with a whole bunch of spores that were settling down, and one of the spores turned green and landed on Tilly, and I think that was Culber.
Okay,
that's just my current theory. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Now I was going to say, so I mean, they can bring back the people from the Avengers who died. I guess they can bring this guy back, right?
Well, I mean, come on, Avengers is a straight up comic book, so they can do whatever they want. All right, what's next? Chop. But no, Stamets is not leaving the show. That's just like character development stuff, and you want to have Tilly feeling bad for him.
And let's talk about Tilly. Do you like her or no?
Oh yeah, I love me Tilly. Of course, it's a little bit odd having someone that talks quite so much, but she's still a badass when she needs to be. People forget like the 3rd episode when Burnham first showed up on Discovery. Tilly went on that away mission to the Glen. Might be the 4th episode. She went on that away mission to the Glen, and she was the first one to draw down on a Klingon, like hearing someone out there in the thing. And when she was in like S is going down mode, she was on it.
Okay. I just saying that she can be a little annoying, in my opinion, a little bit,
Well, everyone can
but
be annoying.
nah, not me, brother. I'm never annoying. You love me.
Oh, we're having a bad signal coming. Anyway, all right.
So
So no, yeah, Stamets is going to be around.
Stamets is going to be around. Okay.
Yep.
So let's see here. How come nobody knew where this medical ship was? How come nobody said where did it go?
I'm sure that they did and they looked for it, but these whatever those things are that it was on was like disappearing and reappearing. So they didn't know
And
exactly where to look for it. So it like crashed into there and then it moved away.
and the person they found who was alive, keeping all those other people alive,
Mm-hmm.
uh, whatever her position was,
Uh, yeah,
engineering. Was she
she
in
was an
engineering?
engineer, but like she said, engineering and biology, and the body was just a machine. So, and she knows how to read.
Is she going to be a regular? Do you
Yeah,
know of?
yeah, she's supposed to
Yeah.
come on and be a regular. She's gonna be like the non. Yeah, I don't really know why they have her. Molly's
I
awake.
almost said, listen. I almost thought it was going to be Scotty. I really did. I thought, oh great, they're going to bring back Scotty.
Well, how? What?
I know the character Scotty. Just
Well,
call,
this is
call.
before that. Why would they? What? Why would it be
Well,
Scotty?
well, why not? You're talking about this, strings of just the being Star Trek. You got the Enterprise. You got Pike here. You got Spock coming in. Why not?
Because that would be too much. We want new
Okay.
people. They already have
I
Pike and Spock.
understand. I'm like going, oh God, they're going to bring back Scotty. That's what was my initial impression while they walked down through that tube
Really?
thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, heck, you got a girl named Michael, and you got people looking different, but still playing sort of that role. I wonder if she's going to be like a Scotty.
Well, I mean, yeah, super smart and fixing things.
Right. What
And
do you think? Do you think we'll see Scotty in later episodes, or
no,
not this year, maybe next year?
no,
No.
no, no
Oh
one
my
likes
God.
Scotty enough.
Wow,
People like
you're really like, no, no, that's
no,
bad.
no. It's not that it's bad. It's just that no one likes Scotty enough, and Scotty got enough screen time and all that they I don't think they would bother with it.
Mhm.
We are going to see Pike's number one, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you know who
Uh,
plays her?
oh, it's a her. Well, we know it's female.
Well, we knew it was female from the Cage episodes.
Oh, okay.
Remember, I
Yes, you're
mentioned
right.
that was one of the things
Yes,
that
yes,
the
yes.
that they didn't
Okay.
like.
And who's playing number
One
one?
Rebecca Romaine Stamos, or guess she's not Stamos anymore because she's married to someone else. But
Okay.
the actress that played Mystique in the original X-Men movies.
Oh, no way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah, there's going to be a couple episodes later on the season where she's in there.
I want to ask you real quick. Saru, the
Yeah.
gentleman has the stuff coming out of the back of his head. Is that
Uh-huh.
him? Right?
The
Am I calling
threat
him right?
ganglia.
Yeah. The Ganglia thing. Uh, is that CG or is that makeup they got him in? I mean, there's no way his arms are that long in real
Oh,
life.
all right. The whole shebang. Well, he is really long and everything. So his arms are that long, but see, it's thrown off because he's in these weird shoes that put him up about an extra
So they're
foot.
they're they're real shoes too.
Well, they're real
Those
shoes, but like they're like literally
a
probably
hoof.
this
They
tall.
were like a hoof, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a hoof. Um,
So all that is real. The thin legs and the thin
yeah,
and
he's
the
super
thin
thin.
and the,
He's a big time actor. He's been in like over 100 movies. You remember he was in something about water, the water movie from last year.
waterbender or the
No,
or oh he was a guy. Oh yes,
oh,
where the lady was a janitor. She was cleaning the floors and she
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It
Yeah,
was like a
that was him. You know, the fish dude from Hellboy?
yes, you did tell me
That
that.
was
Right.
him,
That was him.
and yeah, he's done a ton of things. And
See,
he's just
folks,
got
hear what he's saying? I'm pointing to his screen over here on the here. He knows his stuff.
yeah, I try.
See? Yeah.
Um but hey Liam, pop in the back again for a second. Um the yeah, no, that's him. He's super thin and super tall and I guess doesn't mind getting in full body prosthetics.
Right.
And yeah, and but I love the way he when he's walking, he does that little wave with his hands and everything,
Right.
and
Right.
that
I didn't
little
know. Right. I didn't
yeah,
know
no,
there was any
that's
CG
him,
going on.
and that little
Wow, that's a lot of work, though.
oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
think about it.
he
I mean,
gets
just not the prosthetic stuff on his face, but to have that gesture like that and got to walk in those hoof shoes.
yeah, how they reroute his nostrils to the side. Like if you look at that outfit, his nostrils are like coming out like underneath his eyeballs. Pardon me 1 second, everyone. Brother vamp for a moment.
Okay, I'm moving on to. How come I can't find you? Where'd you go? Oh, okay. He put you on mute. So I'm moving on to the next part of the show. And well, my
All right, I'm
question's going
back.
to
I
be
just had
for
to because my everyone, my apologies. My daughter's awake and my lovely
no,
wife is ill, so I'm getting Liam to hopefully take care of Molly. We may be cutting things off at any moment now because she's a little bit of a whirling dervish, and
okay.
but
All
anyway,
right.
yeah.
So,
So
but let me ask you real quick. Let me ask you this real quick. These three, or I'm sorry, seven. Were they
seven red bursts. Yes,
seven red burst? Is that the whole focus of the season? Going to be
yes,
on those bursts?
I believe
Yes.
so. Yes, there is a chance that it may only be like a half season arc, but I don't think so. I think they've thrown too much into this, and I think it's going to be the whole season.
Okay. You want to wrap this up because she's awake?
Well, soon. But if you have other questions, keep peppering me with
No,
them. And
I'm just gonna, yeah.
so, all right.
Why? Okay. And what was the purpose of to go in these pods to go rescue the people?
Because they could not initially beam down safely
Right.
to
What about just the shuttle? Shuttle.
uh maybe the pods were more dynamic and able to maneuver easier.
You would think Starfleet would have a ship that can take a physical beating as far as like going through like an asteroid situation.
Well, yeah, normal asteroid situation, yes, but remember this one had weird things when they cranked up their shields that caused like a weird gravity wave thing, and it was all very different. I know that they did have a few moments of technobabble where they were running through reasons of like, well, how are we going to get to them? We can't take a shuttle, we can't do this, we can't do that. Oh, look, we have these things that we didn't use at all last season, and they're cool. We have to get in these
Right.
ridiculous outfits to pilot them, but yeah, because though that flight gear that they were wearing in these things was ridiculous. But I think that they
Now,
just wanted to show off a cool scene where they had a nifty different flying thing.
okay, I'm jumping around here only
Yeah, no problem.
because your daughter's the
Yeah, it's all good.
whirling dervish.
Yeah, whirling dervish is it? Oh no, I still
She
have this.
she's Michael saw a angel kind of thing before Pike came to rescue
Yep.
her. Um, but that was her first encounter with that angel borrowing at the end of the show where he mentioned he as in Spock meant did he mention that in his log
Yeah,
about
yeah,
an
that
angel?
log that she listened. Oh no, I think that log only showed the seven red bursts.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that was really
No,
it.
no. I thought he said he sees a in his dreams he sees an angel. But
Okay,
I'll get to that
maybe
point.
he did.
Okay, I'll get to that point. Anyway, let's see here. So wait a minute. Let's go back to the Rock. Wait a minute.
Dwayne
The
Johnson.
Rock. Yeah. No, going back to Tilly's request to get a piece of the asteroid
Yeah.
or okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that is potential fuel for the What kind of drive is it again?
The
Worm?
spore
No,
drive?
spore drive.
No, it's
Is
not.
that
I don't think it was fuel for it. I think that it's a fuel source. It's an energy source, I should say, that is new and unique and super duper powerful.
okay? And but it has nothing to do with the spore drive.
I'm sure they're going to find a way to tie it to that in some which way. That
You
it's going to
think
help
so?
get Culber back. But
Okay.
yeah, no, I mean they could. It could. That's a possibility. I don't know yet.
Okay.
I haven't since the house has been sick. I haven't been able to do my normal deep dive into thinking about it.
No,
But
no. Well, this is fine. There's always
it's getting my
there's
juices
all
flowing.
right.
Good.
So
Uh,
and oh, wait a minute, I jumped somewheres here where the asteroid they're flying they as in the Discovery
uh-huh.
flying through the asteroid. Did it actually tear into the Discovery? Did it actually cut a gash into it?
Yes, because they had to drop their shields because that was the time that they were trying to transport out all the sick people.
Okay, so it did damage it did damage it.
Yeah. But I mean, we've seen stuff like that before happen. It's not
Right,
good.
right.
You don't want it to happen. And hopefully, as soon as it happened, they force fields came up and made sure no one got sucked out into space.
Okay. And at the end, were they near the Enterprise at the end there when they were talking by the window?
Yeah, I didn't realize that at first either. But yeah, they were back there. You could see it in the reflection on the glass, but I don't think they did a specific like showing it.
Right.
Yeah, so they were talking about and you could see it was getting towed out by two tow tug spaceships.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so I guess that's how they're going to explain its inability to do anything during this one, and the need for Pike to be on a different ship.
Okay. Well, back to Michael Burnham and Spock. Excuse me.
Yeah, Spock.
Uh,
Spock.
uh, what did Michael Burnham do to Spock to get this rift between them that was so gosh darn awful? What do you think it is?
Uh, being perfectly honest, now that
Be
I'm a
perfectly
parent,
honest.
now that I'm a parent to a boy and a girl, it could literally
Okay.
be anything. Because like anything will instantly turn terrible between those two. But in all honesty, as of this moment, I do not have a theory. But I do feel like it maybe has to be something big, but it could be just as simple as like Spock feeling that Sarek liked her more, that she was impinging on the mother, because like his emotional side didn't have a lot of good constraints to it, because like he still had the human edge coming in there, and when Michael came in, the mother would naturally have to give up some time to be with Michael, and Spock might not like that. And Spock also already had to deal with Cybok. So do you remember Cybok from the fifth movie? That's his half brother.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, that's Spock's half brother from
Wait a
someone
minute.
else.
Cybok was the guy. The Cybok was the guy he was thinking was he thinking he was God?
Cybok was the one that thought God was in Eden and needed a starship to get out of.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. He had a half brother, so
Yeah, and
did
they haven't talked about
Spock.
that yet. So maybe he's all PO'd. I don't know what period in life Spock and Cybok were together, but there's that. And if my lovely wife was here, Tuesday, I'm sure we're going to talk about it. When everyone should tune back in Tuesday at 9:30 for our full Threatened Ganglia Star Trek Discovery episode with me and my wife. But she has some input as to Spock and Burnham's relationship because they cover it a little bit in the first book that was written. So
Okay.
maybe there's some kind of inkling in there. Maybe they full on told us in there.
Okay.
So, but I don't think I think it's a true brother sister type of thing. Like I don't think she killed his friend or threw his whatever Vulcan pet down into the toilet and flushed it or anything like that. I just think it was.
So they have toilets in the 20-something century, 27th, or
As much as you wouldn't think that the next generation technical schematics had only one bathroom shown on it. They had a book that was like a maroon covered book that was the technical schematics of the Enterprise. And it had everything, the photon torpedo tubes, the transporter stuff, the
are you
nacelles. And there
was
was
it like an actual like architectural book?
yeah.
Yeah, I remember having that book.
You what?
Maybe I had it and you took it. I don't know.
No,
Or,
no, no,
I
no,
gave
no.
it to
I used my hard-earned super fresh money on that book. So you calm down.
No, there was a book at one time, yes.
Yeah, so yeah, and there was one bathroom, straight up bathroom listed on the bottom part of the saucer section. And everyone was like, you never see a toilet in anyone's chambers, anyone's
in their
quarters.
room, quarters, yeah.
But they do have things where you hit a button and a sink pops out. So maybe they hit a button and a toilet slides out of the wall, which wouldn't be terrible.
Gotcha.
How did we get onto the bathroom? Oh, flushing animals down the toilet. Yeah,
flushing. Yeah.
But I just think it was brother sister related stuff, and they just didn't get along, and it had to deal with his human Vulcan and her being a human, and yeah,
really?
That's my thought.
But it got that ugly.
Well, yeah, because I mean, see, we have a weird relationship because you and I love each other, and we're good people. But there's tons of people that are still good, but still chafe at each other enough that they never need to see each other again.
I get you. I just was saying it. Just I just Spock going off and having a temper tantrum and saying, that you don't care for me, you care for her more. I don't know. Well, this is a man supposed to have his emotions in check.
Well, yeah, right? But Spock and Sarek have always have never seen eye to eye.
No.
Right? Yeah, no. That was the thing in the show. Like, Sarek ends up on the ship before anyone knows that that's his dad. In one of the episodes, like Kirk and Bones are like, "Oh, what? He's your dad?"
So there's that, yeah. Well, that's pretty much it. That's all I can muster up right now. I kind of went through the whole show.
You peppered with lots of questions.
Yeah, and I like that. I answer a lot, and I always enjoy your spin on it because nobody else can explain it better than you can. And I'm not here sucking up to you. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, all right. Well, until you're ready to suck up to me, you're not on my channel anymore.
Okay.
And I'm just kidding. Thank you very much, brother, for coming today and hanging out, especially in this impromptu afternoon session that we had to do because everything's weird in this house anymore. I'll let you get the last word in for your plugs, but I'm going to plug real quick that hopefully tonight, after this monster in the other room goes to bed, I'll be back on Twitch tonight, co-screening Doctor Who classic episodes where they're playing Doctor Who and they allow us to throw it up in our own stream and chit chat about it while it's going on. So if Doctor Who is your bag, come to my Twitch page, twitch.tv/AdamofGeekheim, and you'll be able to get right on there with me and we can chit chat, watch stuff. I watched a nice one yesterday that 2 of the main 3 species were marshmen and marsh spiders. So creativity abounds. And they're Tom Baker episodes. I think all of them are going to be Tom Baker episodes, and that guy is a whack job, and the more I watch him, the greater it is. So that's it for me. We got a little chit chat for your device. Simply, comma.
Yes, I was just trying to Instagram, but it didn't work out as well.
Oh no!
I wanted to do a video Instagram to show what was going on, but anyway. What am I going to do? My outro? Is this where I'm doing?
Yes, okay. This is your outro. Hold on. I might have to. There you go. I got music in the background too. All right, go ahead.
Well, let me tell you, I'm Mike Dixon. This is Simply Your Device, or at least on Adam's channel, I'm Simply Your Device also. You like today's video, give him a thumbs up. New to the channel, subscribe to Adam's channel. Hey, matter of fact, when you're done subscribing to him, come over to my channel, Simple Your Device, and watch my channel and check out some phone tech stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I threw this together so quick. I didn't even put links to your channel in.
That's fine. That's fine. Anyway, yeah, it was a good time. Thank you, Adam, for having me. And we might have to do this again come after one weekend, next weekend.
I'm happy to do it every weekend if you want to come on for a half hour.
We can do, because I will always have questions because you're so deep into it, and I'm happy just to watch and ask the questions and have the conversation.
Cool.
As always, start the conversation down below, right, Adam?
Right.
Start the conversation.
Yes. And thank you for saying subscribe to me, because I'm not going to promote myself that way. You come here, you hang out, you watch stuff. If you really like it, then subscribe. But I'm not going to yell at my viewers to do that. But I'm glad that you're doing it, because it should be done.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me try and get this. I'm going to try and get a little.
Oh, he's trying to.
I'm Instagramming more. I'm kind of digging this right now. Folks, I'm on my brother's channel right here. Say hi, Adam.
Hi.
Okay. And we're doing a live stream. So check the replay on Adam of Geekheim. Once again, Adam of Geekheim. Okay.
Yeah.
And check out his channel. And we're talking Star Trek stuff. So
on YouTube and Twitch.
YouTube and Twitch. He'll leave links, especially on you'll leave links on Twitter, right?
Yeah. Links are there on Twitter, where I'm Adam of Geekheim too.
I'm Geekheim. All right, listen, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hang up. Goodbye. All right, I did a little. You
told Instagram you were gonna hang up. That was good. I like it. Yeah, all right, so. I'm bidding adieu because I hear my wife stirring now too. So Molly must be a problem. Thank you all for coming. Come back. Stop back Tuesday night if you care to.
All right, I'll be talking to you, bro.
Bye.
Bye.